GingerGM.
So what are we going to do today? Anyway, well, we are going to do. I'm just going to play some Blitz. I was going to do this yesterday, but it changed into something else. I'm gonna try for next week, plan out my streams. So I'll post it below what I'll be doing next week, so you can see. I'll do a lesson, long play, stuff like this. But we've been doing quite a lot of long play recently. Did I call you a lad? Sorry if I called you a lad. I very much apologise. Hello, Tay. Hello to everyone as well. Dr. Harry Thompson, hello, or oi oi, as you say. And yeah, I'm just going to play some Blitz. But to start with, I did want to. I think it's quite nice to have a couple of puzzles, right? Just to get us in the mood. So I think we'll do one puzzle at the start, and we'll do one puzzle at the end. And you may have seen this puzzle before. It's quite possible. I've shown it before, but I thought we would. It feels like we're, with the lockdown, we're a bit in a fortress, right? We're kind of stuck in a fortress that we can't escape from, and I'm sure we all want to escape. We all want to go and get out. So I thought I'd do two puzzles based on a fortress. Thank you, Mary, for not giving the answer away. You may have seen it before. If you have seen it, don't give the answer away because it is really nice. We'll just go through this one quickly. What happened to my hand? It's using the mouse too much. Literally, I've got what I don't know what they call it, but got a pain in my wrists. Or is it drinking too much? It's either using the mouse too much or drinking. I don't know, one of the two. So I'm just being a little bit careful because obviously if you lose your hand and you need to work from your computer, it's not a very good thing to happen, right? So I'm sure it's okay. It's all right. It's not some fight club thing. I'm not going to start boxing during the filming, right? Is there a rating you recommend for picking up the Dutch defense? Not really. I mean, the Dutch defense was my first opening, but I mean, I'll be honest. The Dutch defense is one of the more trickier openings to learn with black pieces. It's not that simple, but it's really rewarding. There are easier openings to learn than the classical Dutch. I mean, maybe what you should do if you want to learn the Dutch, stick with the Stonewall Dutch. The Stonewall Dutch is a great opening to learn from, but the classical Dutch is a bit tricky. So maybe about 1400, 1500, you could start playing it, something like that. But let's have a look at this position. Well, okay, this was actually posted in I think a forum on chess.com, but I saw it and I thought, wow. And in this position, black now played rook to h2. Black has the advantage of the rook versus the bishop, and it's white to play and draw. And of course, if this rook can start taking things and the black king can start coming in, it's probably going to be winning for black. Now, let me remind you, the clue with this puzzle is fortress. You're looking to start a fortress. So how do you go about trying to get a fortress going here? How do we go about that? I'm trying to think of new ideas for streams as well. One idea I thought would be quite funny is if I go through like my Twitter profile and all the people I've banned, I just show their comments and we just go through the trolls. That would be quite amusing one day, but maybe I'll get in legal trouble. I don't know. I'd probably the one get in trouble for that. But I don't know. I think we should do something a little bit more spicy at some point, right? So anyone have an idea how white can try and draw this one? How can white try and draw? White to play and draw. Sounds a bit dodgy but fun. That's the story of my life, really. I think, Merry Hatman. That sounds dodgy but fun. So, yeah. What about a Psycho Cowboy speedrun? Yeah, that'd be good. Maybe we could do that. Maybe we'd do that in Lead Chess. We'll start a new account on Lead Chess. I like the idea of that, actually. Could we even do that now, maybe? I wonder if we could do that now. We could even try that now. Well, I'm on chess.com now, so it feels a bit weird moving over. But I like that idea. Yeah, a Psycho Cowboy speed run. Okay, any other ideas? It's white to play and draw. I love the full chapter in Chessboard course about how to handle the London system. Well, thank you, HL. I thought that was very important for the Dutch course because the London system is so popular now. And given when I first came up with the Dutch, not many people playing the London system, they started playing in it. Well, I do a lot of commentating on matches, to be fair. I mean, I'm going to be commentating on the next leg of the Champions Tour, so we do that. Hello, Hardcastle. How am I doing? I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. Just a little stream for the day. We're looking at a puzzle. It's white to play and draw. Commentating on subscribers matches. That's an interesting idea. Oh, right. Was that the same idea? I just read it wrongly. Yeah, maybe that could be quite fun. Yeah, there's loads of ideas. Loads of ideas. Hi to everyone else who's coming along. Chess Pats of Wiltshire. You have the right idea. Now, if I was playing white here and I hadn't seen this puzzle, I would be very close to resigning. But I might play something like bishop e3 because my bishop's attacked. But after rook takes f2, I think it's pretty clear I'm going to lose this. The rook is just too strong on the 7th rank. My g-pawn is probably going to drop. The black king might come in to grab it. The rook might grab it, something like that. So the way you draw this, and I found this quite magical actually, is, I mean, I don't think any of these ideas are going to work. If you go here, if you try d3 with the idea of pushing this one, well, the g-pawn is very easily stopped by the king. And, well, okay, I mean, I can take the bishop as well. You have to play something like king here, but this rook is so strong. It's just going to start eating all the pawns. So what you actually do, and this is the amazing idea, and the computer, can we put the computer on? Let's see, let's put the computer on. Can you see the assessment? You can kind of see the assessment, right? This is where, okay, it's running on depth 20. That's probably not very strong. It's stockfish, so it's still incredibly strong. And the way you draw is by going king to e1. But look at the computer. And I love these examples where the computer is wrong. Or at least, I mean, maybe AlphaZero would get this right. We need to be running very deep to see it. You're right, but that is correct. I mean, but a standard computer, which is still incredibly strong, just thinks this is -4 pawns down. But this, amazingly, is the drawing move. And this draws because we're going for a fortress. And yeah, this is like, what? It is. So let's say black takes on g2. Otherwise, what's he doing? And now we go king f1. The rook has to go here. We go king g1. And let's say the rook moves away. This position is a draw. Unbelievable, I thought. How do you draw this position? How do you draw this position? Remember, you're trying to stop black getting in. So you need to create a fortress. Again, a lot of people might even resign in this position because you're a whole rook down. You think black must be able to win. But what is the drawing setup here? Anyone see the drawing setup? It's quite mental, actually. How do you stop black ever getting into your position here? How do you ever stop black making progress in this position? Anyone? What is the way to stop black making progress in this position? Well, if you go g4, you're going to let the king in. Let's have a look at that. Well, I mean, for example, there's many ways black can win, but maybe just king comes in like this. So you haven't created a fortress there. So not g4. Push the f-pawn. Where'd you push the f-pawn through? Well, most of you got it right. By the way, we'll just go through the moves that don't work first. b4 is actually a bit of a mistake because you're going to allow black to come in on the a file. Black can play a5 at some point this way. And if you take here, then black can get in, for example, this way. So you can't do that. Sharad, thank you for the kind comments. It's always a bit random what I do in my streams. I haven't really been planning anything recently, but we'll do some more cool stuff. I mean, as you probably know, I've just signed up for Play Magnus, so I'm in like I'm in what you say, novice territory at the moment. We're going to get some really cool ideas going as we go on, but we're just testing. I'm just just getting a couple of streams in at the moment, random. The way you do this is you play the move in this position at some point f3, and there's no way black can get through. You can even go king g2 first. Let's say black moves his king to try to come in. When you go f3, there's nothing black can do to win. And this is a really important position. Have a look. Imagine you're black. And this also teaches you to plan ahead. Very important in end games, middle games. You could say this is even a middle game, I would say. And you've got to try to find a way to improve your position and think about your opponent's best ideas. But here, there's not really anything that black can do here. There's nothing that black can do. Sondis, Carfula Sondis. I've said that wrong, but you know, thank you for your kind comments about the Iron English. Yeah, thank you for saying I'm a good teacher. That's always nice to hear. Have I ever played Magnus Carlsen? I've played Magnus Carlsen twice. I beat him the first time when he was a baby, and then he took my king in the second game, and he won. When I was winning the second game as well. I had rook, bishop, and pawn versus knight, and it is a blitz game. He took my king, but it was a very important blitz tournament actually, when I used to be good at blitz. Tom Tazo, got your Ironish book yesterday. It's a good one. Well, thank you. I've got an idea for your next title Tuesday. Okay, can't wiggle the rook through on the queen side. Why is the evaluation so negative? Because the computer does not understand this one. Blair's telling me that our game yesterday was always drawn. I thought it might be, but obviously you're nearly winning at the end there, Blair. I'll put that up on YouTube, that one, or have a look at it on Blair's channel. Blair is Blair Chess, twitch.tv/Blair Chess. Are you going to be streaming later, mate? Yeah, so Blair is yeah, that I thought it might be a draw, but it was really close. Probably one tempo in it, Blair, right? Cool, you're being nice to me today. Wow, you are older than you look. Hang on a minute. You are older than you look. Okay, I think that's nice. I was just getting that right. Yeah, I'm actually 55. Can you believe it? But it's all that. It reminds me of some. What was it? Some German. I think it was some German princess. Was it this story about a German princess who used to? She's supposedly one of the evilest women alive, but she's supposed to bathe in her servant's blood to stay young. Well, I don't do that. Thankfully, you'll be good to know. No, I'm not 55. I'm only joking. I'm not that old. I'm not that old. No, I'm not. I'll be. Yeah, no, we're not that old. Hello, Chris Baker. I hope you're doing all right. Good to see you. Okay, Keith Arkle is going to be on Blair's show on Wednesday. Well, let me know. We'll do some advertising for that, Blair. Just remind me, because I'll probably totally forget, knowing me. Chris Baker is saying that the pawn here is vital for the draw. Completely correct. This stops the rook coming into e3. And this is a very important pawn in the position, definitely. Hope you're doing all right, Chris. How are you getting on? Duran defense experience. I'm glad you're enjoying chess. Chess is an amazing game, and I think the thing you'll find with chess, the more you understand it, and some of it can be a little bit tedious, dare I say it. We all want to just play, right? We all just want to play games, right? We just want to play chess, you know, blitz chess, but you're not really going to get better. Sometimes you have to do a bit of learning. Try to do learning that's at least the most interesting, you know. And the more you learn, thank you for someone gifting the sub to Sherrad, who I think can't subscribe from Iran. Is that right? Maybe, I expect so. The thing is, the more you get better at chess, the more brilliant it becomes, and you really will, I think, find, you know, like puzzles like this, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. You'll get more love for the game the stronger you become, actually, in a lot of ways. So it's worth doing a little bit of work, even if it's not totally interesting always. Chess is impossibly hard no matter what your age, says Steve North. Well, that's kind of the beauty of it, isn't it, Steve? It's kind of the beauty. Chess is really hard, but if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth the effort, right? Like most things in life. What was I reading the other day? I was reading the book of some ex-SAS soldier, and he was basically saying there's two types of satisfaction in life, and I thought, oh yeah, this makes sense. This is the quick satisfaction, you know, like, I don't know, which a bit artificial at times. You can imagine what they are, like, you know, I don't know, many ways you can quick get satisfaction, but they have quite a long come down. But then there's the long satisfaction, which is actually more worthwhile. And the long satisfaction is like something that requires a lot of effort over quite a lot of period of time. Gary O'Grady, oh Gary O'Grady, hello mate. And it's something that requires a lot of effort over time, but when you actually achieve it in the end, the sense of satisfaction remains there, and it's much better than these quick ways of satisfaction. Probably a time and place for both of them. I mean, you know, a quick beer is very satisfying, isn't it, after a hard day's work? I'm not going to stop doing that. Gary is one of my closest friends, so's Blair, so's Chris in the chat here. Gary lives very local to me. Hope you're doing all right, Gary. Maybe we can sneak in a beer soon, you know, while we go for our exercise or whatever. And Blair, of course, you know, hopefully the lockdown's going to be ending soon. But let's just have a look. So in this position, there's nothing really black can do. I mean, let's say black plays a5, because there's no way the black rook can get over here. And we've got to think how black might try to make progress. If the black rook could get to a6, brilliant. But the black rook can never get here because it's captured. So if you go a5, we just keep our king. We have to stop the black rook coming in. So moving the king to one of these two squares would be a major mistake, because the black rook now comes round and it just takes our pawns. And look at the computer's assessment. The computer still thinks we're completely losing, if you can see that in the top left. So what's the only drawing move here? What is the only drawing move in this position? Imagine you're white here. What's the only move to draw in this position at the moment? Only drawing move in this position. Agbio is saying, what about me? You want to come for a beer? Well, maybe when the pubs are open, right? We'll have a meetup or something. You know, I think we're going to arrange a meetup at the chess pub in Oslo. The Good Night Chess Pub. We'll do that as soon as things are back to normal. We're going to go to the pub in Oslo, and we can do something over there. You're all welcome. Hello, Andy is Yoda, and well done, guys. Look, you know, you've got some strong players here. The only way to play this position is King G1. You let your pawns do the work here. They control all of these squares, so the black king can't get in anywhere, and you just got to stop the rook coming in. Now, if the rook comes here, you just go here, right? And the rook has to come back. If black pushes one of these pawns, you push the other pawn. And this is a technique well worth remembering when you're castled and you've got this pawn. I mean, this is something, little patterns are really worth remembering. Let's imagine you're castled queenside and you don't want to open lines towards your king. As long as you have this standoff situation, you can be quite happy in the knowledge that your opponent can't break through. For example, b4, you go a4. It's blocked. And if he goes a4, well, you go b4. It's blocked. Now, if the black king comes up, we play king g2, because we've got to control these squares. And now, let's say the black rook comes over to try to get in on the e file. As Chris pointed out, the e3 square, this pawn does a very important job. And this rook can only come in on these two squares, so we just got to cover them. So we just go king f2, and we cover every single way that the rook can come in. If the king moves, what is the only move that white can play here to draw? Let's see if you got the hang of this. White to play and draw. What should white now do to draw? Benk95 is saying, I just got to the point where most of my games aren't decided by one move blunders. Able to get some relatively interesting positions in some of my games now. Well, that's great. I mean, progress is hard, right? But once you get out of games being decided by blunders all the time, that's a big leap. I mean, I still blunder. If you've seen any of my Blitz games, you'll see that. But if games are won by actual technique, that's when you can really start to enjoy the game. So well done. You'll get better. Every player will get better at chess, especially if you buy my DVDs. Guaranteed. Money back. Don't quote me on that. And yeah, imagine getting this in a real game. Black would be gutted, right? I thought you just, I do like sacrificing, you know, but I can play other areas of the game. And as long as we play King F1, well done, people. The black rook can't get in. If the black rook tries to come back over here, we come back this way and we control it over there. And there's nothing that black can do. Does anyone want to try? It doesn't matter if you get it wrong, by the way. But I always feel that, you know, we've got a really nice community here. You guys are brilliant. I mean, I think we've got really, you know, you guys are all, you all want to learn, watch some chess. Is there any way? Okay, Chess Press is saying rook e4. Well, you might end up losing this one now, because if I take it, I do have this past G pawn, right? You take here, and what if I, well, I don't push this yet because I don't want to allow king to f4. But if I play something like this, let's say you take here, and now come here, I think white's going to be winning this, right? So you could even end up losing this if you play rook e4. But nice way to try and break down the blockade. Is there no way you can sack the rook for the f or g pawn? Not really. If you try to, then I'm gonna remember I'm gonna have an extra pawn in the ending, and it's an extra pass pawn. And as Mary Hatman's pointed out, white has more pawns. So your sacrificial ideas are probably just not going to work, right? They're just not going to work because I'm always going to have more pawns. Okay, so it's just a draw. Quite an amazing draw. Now I'm going to show you, let's show you one more, yeah? I'm just going to show you one more. Bear with me while I set it up. I'm going to show you one more. And this one again, it's another fortress position. And this one, you might have seen this as well. I apologize if you have. This was actually a puzzle that ex-world champion Smyslov created. Smyslov was known for his endgame play. He loved a bit of endings, you know, he loved endings, but he was obviously great because he was a world champion. And in this position, again, it looks like white's losing because white's one piece down. White, I'll give you a clue, played knight b8 first, but after rook d6, that knight is now trapped. And it just looks like white is completely losing. But you've got to try to think ahead. Even if you're not seeing individual moves, if you see plans, you know, if you try to come up with plans and think, how is my opponent going to break through? Oh, we can't do that. It's a plan. How can you create a fortress here? Now, the one good thing about the position here is the pawn structure is totally locked. So this pawn structure, there's only one open file, yeah? So it's very, very like a fortress. So have a think about this one. Maybe there's more than one way, but there is lots of you are saying rook takes bishop. Might be good. I'm just thinking there might be a problem with that. If you play rook takes bishop, I think rook takes bishop might lose. The reason I'm saying that is that I can get my bishop. I think this might lose. Let me have a look. If you go here immediately, I take on g7. I'm a rook up. Hello, Jess. Hope you're doing all right. But this might lose because my plan, I'm wondering if it is losing. I'm not convinced. Can black win this position? If you just, let's say you just move your king. Because I'm thinking I might be able to get my bishop in this way. Does that help me? Yeah, it does. Because I can get my rook here and my bishop to f3. So if you don't play, there's two ways white can play this. You can play h4 or not h4. Let's say you just wait and you allow me to play h4 and you wait here. Well, I'm going to come here and we're going to see how this compares to the game. Now your king is going to allow the rook into that square. As soon as the bishop gets to f3, it's winning because the rook comes in. So the other idea you're suggesting is that white takes here and then plays h4. Well, the problem with this, maybe, is that my rook can come around like this, right? So we've got to try to think of plans to break down the fortress. So maybe like rook here. If you play h3, I come into g3, and this is easily winning. As soon as the black rook gets in, it's winning. If you move your knight, can I go rook g4? And if you play h3, I go here again. I don't take the pawn. If you move your knight, I take this pawn. And I think this is winning. This is winning again, right? I'm now threatening to come to h3. If you move your king here, well, I think I can probably go check here. And I'm going to... Is this winning if I check? Or do you have a fortress there? Let's see. If I check, I think you have to take me. I expect this is winning. Is this winning? I don't know. This is weird. Because how do I win if I just move the king backwards and forwards? I go g3 at the right moment. So the way I'm thinking, this is the way to think, this is the way to try to think ahead, is I'm going to try to take here with a pawn, get my king to h4, play g3, you have to take, I go king g4, I get the opposition, your king goes h2, my king comes to f3, if your king goes to f2, then my king comes to h3. So let's just have a look. So if I take here, I might be wrong with this, but let's just say white now waits. Okay, we move our bishop. And then in this position, we will get this position. Well, this is actually even easier winning, isn't it? So I just come to h3. My idea was that I'm going to play g3 in this position winning. So it's not as simple as you may think. So let's go back to the starting position and see if anyone else has got an idea. And now a lot of people are saying h4. We'll come to the correct solution soon. Green Cat is saying, what is your favourite opening? It depends on my mood, really. You know, if I got my slippers up, some London system maybe. Generally, it's the Dutch defence. Generally, the classical Dutch is my favourite opening. Now, what if I play? What if I play here now and give my bishop up on f4? Maybe this is winning for me now, right? If you allow me to take on f4, I think it's winning because, okay, I'm going to sack a piece just so I can open up a line. This must be winning because my rook now can get in this way, probably winning at some point. So most of you are saying rook g5 to try and blockade. But the danger here, if you get h4 in, you might well be right, but I might better sack my rook. Okay, so what if I play now king e7? What I'm trying to do here, I don't want to take here immediately. Well spotted if you saw this. I don't want to take here immediately because then you can just play pawn. This pawn takes is very important because if you take with the f pawn, this one is coming down. So you've got to take the other way, and this is check. And the reason this check is so important is that you can play h4, and this is a dead draw. This is a dead draw, right? Because there's no way you can get through my pawns here. I mean, you can only try sacrificing there, but maybe not a dead draw. Maybe I can. Maybe I can. Maybe black is winning. Maybe black can go here. Let's say you go here. I take here. And the only way I can win is by sacrificing there. But maybe this is winning. So let's say you go king here. I'm going to sacrifice there. If you take this way, I'm going to break a way in like this. And if you take this way, then I'm going to play this move. Let's say you take it, and eventually my king should get through. For example, I use my bishop a little bit first. Your only hope is to stop my king getting through, but you're going to get in zugzwang, I imagine. Is this winning? Maybe this is not winning. Such a weird position, right? Such a weird position. Maybe this is not winning. Can black win this position? You want... Okay, so I go here. This is how you win. Now, the only way you stop my king... I use zugzwang. I use zugzwang. And if your king goes backwards, that pawn is coming forwards though, right? So I go here. And then my king should be able to come in. If you go king to this square, then I go bishop f1. But then you come here. Maybe it's a draw. Maybe this is a draw. Oh dear. Hello, Bjorn. Hope you're doing all right. Shouldn't you be working, sir? It's Friday. Let's have some time off and have a... I'm going to go and get some beer after this, actually. I just fancy like a Friday beer. I've got to go out, though, to do that. Oh, my words. What a disaster. Thank you for subscribing, Guy in the box. If you go bishop f3 instead, well, okay, I was thinking that. But whereabouts? At any point, yeah? I mean, but then the king just keeps coming like this. I don't know. Well, let's go back. there is an easier way to draw. There is an easier way to draw. Anyone else got any ideas? That is maybe a draw, but I'm actually thinking if we go through that line one more time, if I'm black here, to improve on that, I don't take on g5 straight away. I move my king. Why am I moving my king? Because when I take the rook, I don't want you to take back with check. So let's say you go king g2. Now I take here, and the big difference in this position is if you take this one, I got f4, and my king comes in, winning. Eventually, I'll get a passed e-pawn. And if you do the same thing as before, I don't let you play h4. I get time to play h4. This must be winning, because my bishop now comes in, and I'm going to win your knight, and I can sack on that. And my king might be able to come that way as well. So anyone else got an idea? Well, Mary is saying, Mary, well done, Mary. You've got the right answer. Congratulations. Thank you, Kavspi, for subscribing as well. And Mary has the right answer. What you want to do, believe it or not, is give this knight up first, because sometimes there's without that knight you've got more stalemate tricks. Now I have to take that knight. If someone else got this solution and I missed it, I apologize. Obviously I've only got so many eyes. You have to take it, and now the way you draw, you just now take here. Now I've got to take that one really, because you're going to come back here and we're going to get that same draw. And now we just play h4, and all I need to do is just play this for the rest of my life. And this is the kind of thing that when you get better at chess, you might be able to spot these possibilities. There's no way black can win. It's quite phenomenal. And let's put the computer on. Let's put the computer on. -10. You can't even see how big it is because it's off the screen. -10. The computer thinks this is -10. 10 pawns up. One of the main criticisms I get from my courses is that some of the lines end up being equal, or in some occasions we do say this is a risky line, and if your opponent plays perfectly and defends perfectly for 18 moves, they might be slightly better. So it might be like -0.3 or something. But people say, oh, you're giving a line that's worse to black. This is outrageous. The computer, oh my God, I hate that word. The computer says this line is not good. And it really, really pisses me off when that happens, because it's like, use your own brain. There's so many computer junkies out there who just want to get, I want to get a hit of stockfish. Oh yeah, now I'm 2800 strength. Yeah, all these GMs, they're rubbish. Give me more stockfish. Oh yeah, 2800. Oh God, that made me cough. Getting a little bit excited there. Bloody computer junkies, hate them. ChessTube TV, thank you for the raid there. Very generous. And hello everyone. We're looking at this position as a draw. Can you believe it? Well, the thing is, you can't. Oh, do I go? So let's have a look. Oh, I don't. Yeah, you're right, Chris. I don't play this to draw. I have to put the king on h3. Very good point, Chris. So I can't just play this forever. I have to put the king on h3. Why is the board? Why can't you see the board properly? That's weird. Because I put the computer on. Is that right? Okay, let me just readjust the board. Ah, dear. I shouldn't get so excited. It destroys my body. Okay, let's just rearrange the board so you can see it. Here we go. The computer says -10, but it's a dead draw. For example, let's say you try to get the rook in, right? Well, I'm just going to go king g2 and just play this forever. So you go rook g6 check, and now I go king h3, and it's a draw. Yeah? Because of stalemate. Unbelievable. If you try to get your rook in, it's actually stalemate originally. Straight away. That's what I'm going to say. What else can you do? Even though it's -10, there's no way. This would really mess with the stockfish junkies, wouldn't it? They'd be like, but stockfish said it's -10. Oh my word, stockfish is wrong. Oh, where's that cliff? Where's that cliff? Oh my words. You know, bloody stockfish junkies. And for example, check king here. There's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. Obviously the computers are very useful tools, They're really good for learning at a lot of times, but they're also they're also really bad. And one of the biggest problems I see nowadays with amateurs or club players who are trying to improve is they are so reliant on what the computer says. You can see this when you're watching commentary. Instead of thinking for themselves, they're like, but Stockfish, oh my words, Magnus Carlsen, he just dropped 0.4 of a point. What an idiot. And it's like, yes, mate, you know what you're talking about. It's like, use your brain. You know, you've got to try to think for things yourself. Okay, if you go rook g5, oh, that's interesting. Rook g5, you clever man. We just had this, actually. This is the same ending we had before, but you're going to have to give up both of your pawns. So, actually, the computer still does... Okay, so if I take here... Nice try, Bjorn. Nice try. I'm going to take with the h-pawn. And the thing is, compared to that last ending, I've got 2 pawns. So I think this is a draw. You're going to have to play this move at some point, right? So I'm going to take it. And now you're going to go here. I'm going to have to come backwards. And now I guess you have to try something like this. But I think we saw this before. This was probably a draw without the h-pawn. But with the h-pawn, it's a draw, right? I think it's a draw. But nice try, actually. Rook g5 is a nice try. But there's nothing else can be done there. Everyone agree? You can try to be a Stockfish junkie if you want. I mean, maybe you'd play... Okay, let's see what Stockfish does. Okay, I'm going to go rook b4. Will Stockfish want to take that rook? So let's say I just go here. Is that right? Yeah. And now I go rook b4. Does Stockfish want to take it? Let's just put it on. Stockfish doesn't want to take it. Okay, fair enough. Now, taking that rook is the only way you can lose this position, right? Because you're creating a passed pawn and black comes through. And the same tactic the other way around. But as long as you ignore it, just come back to g2. It's a draw, right? Just come backwards and forwards like that, right? There we go. Kufula, thank you for subscribing. Very, very kind. Cheers. And yeah, I just wanted to show you those couple of interesting little fortresses there. Just a little fortress day, little fortress lesson. Okay, I think I'm going to play some Blitz, to be fair. So if you want to watch it, I'm going to try out my new arm. See if it can hold out. What's my rating? I haven't played any Blitz for a while. Let's just play some Blitz. I should probably play like 3+2, but we'll give it a go. So we're just going to play. I'm going to play 3-minute Blitz. I'm going to see if I can get my rating. I've been playing quite badly at Blitz recently, so it'd be nice to actually play some good Blitz. We'll get a little bit of Blitz in. We've had our lesson for the day. Not even a lesson really. That was more of a like try to think ahead. Think of what your opponent's plans are. Try to stop your opponent doing what they want to do. All those kind of things. People have asked me about my hand. It's literally just using the mouse too much. It's literally I've just been using the mouse too much. That is all. That is all. What time will I finish streaming today? I'm not going to do a massively long stream today. I'm just doing. Thank you, Otis, for the cheer out. I only do little streams really. You know, because I've got to go and get some beer while the shops are open. Priorities, Rodders. I'm actually doing a talk at Cork Chess Club virtually later. So basically, I don't know, maybe another half an hour, something like that. It depends how the Blitz goes. If I start crushing everyone at Blitz, then yeah, I might be tempted to do something. Is it not giving me a game because I've got the computer on or something? Maybe it does. Okay, I'm just going to read. Can you see the board? You can see the board, can't you? Let's see if we can get a game in. Depends how, if I win every game at Blitz, I'll probably be here for the next 5 hours, right? The beer will have to wait. But if I get in a horrible losing streak, then Bob's your uncle. Okay, let's get the Dutch in. Yes, please. Yes, please. Does anyone know? This is a little trivia question. Where Bob's your uncle, the phrase came from. I did used to know, but I've forgotten. Where does Bob's your uncle? Oh, Bob's your uncle. Where did that phrase come from? Anyone? Anyone enlighten us? Danny Wrench. As good as Danny is, Danny is not the not always the originator of cool phrases. This position looks very nice to me already, actually. I mean, I've got everything I want. I don't know about that move. Why did I do that? I was thinking about Bob and his uncle. There we go. Otis saving the day. Bob's your uncle is... I think I'm probably a little bit better in this position. Now, the reason I think I'm a little bit better, I think his bishop's very bad. It's kind of trapped there. This dark square, this pawn structure favours my bishop. He's really wanted me to take that one, but I'm going to try and use these dark squares by putting the knight to h7 now, so I can get my queen and my knight in on those dark squares. You know, every pawn move makes a weakness. He's pretty quick, this guy, though, isn't he? He's pretty darn quick. What would Bob say to this? He would say, move in, young Skywalker. And we want to get the knight here and checkmate him, basically. That seems like a plan, doesn't it? It seems like a plan. What's he done? He's done it. Okay, we'll just come back. Do I sack? Probably not. As long as his knights can't get any good squares. He wants to really try and get a knight there, but I can always go. I really wanted to come in here, but it does look quite risky. As in, he might go knight there and trap my queen. But can I get away with it? Here, knight there. And I'm going to try it. I'm worried my queen is going to get trapped. I probably shouldn't play this, but it's too tempting. This is my biggest worry. But okay, that's not going to trap my queen, is it? Now, knight here's the move I want to play, because again, I think positionally speaking, in the ending, I think I'm doing quite well, because his bishop, all his pawns are on light squares. So, but I mean, maybe it's not enough to win. Let's see. I could have played. Maybe I didn't need to jump in straight away, but I just want to see what his ending's like. We could be getting another fortress. So this ending to me looks like I might have some potential, but maybe I'm just misassessed this completely. Maybe he can now get his bishop in this way. Maybe this is what he should do. Okay, well, that's much more passive. If I get my bishop here, that will stop his plan. I think he should have got his bishop to a4. Where is his knight going? Well, his knight... Okay, I don't want his bishop going b5, so we'll stop that one. Oh shit, my pawn. I've literally just going blind there. I didn't realise that pawn was going to... Okay, I'm down on time. Let's move a bit quicker. Again, this might not be enough to win. But how do we win? Probably have to play like c6 at some stage. His pawns are on light squares, so the reason that I think I have chances is my bishop can attack his pawns. His bishop can't attack any of my pawns because my pawns are all on... Now, do I have something clever like this takes check king here? Jesus, that's a weird combination. Check here, check here. Don't think so. I think I just have to play this one. G5 was quite interesting. So you can already see I'm attacking his pawns here, and he can't attack my pawns. So this is why I thought this ending might be quite pleasant for me. But I'm probably going to lose on time at this rate. So I need to speed up. Let's get the king to G6. This is where the hand is going to play its part. Okay. And is that a pawn? 30 seconds, is it enough? Is 30 seconds enough to win this one? I reckon it's enough. Okay, I have to be a bit careful over there, but I can also pick up a pawn. Not 30 seconds anymore, is it? No, Simon. Let's just keep it simple. This would be a very annoying one to lose on time, right? Got to get my knight back in at some point, but I don't want to lose my c-pawn. So we'll come and defend that one first. How do we win this? C6 probably helps me. Okay, hasn't allowed that. No! C6. Trying to get past pawn. At least if I get rid of this pawn, I can't lose, right? Oh dear. Try to get the e-pawn going. Oh shit, is he gonna is this might be alright. That's not alright. I've dropped the draw. Bollocks. No, have I? No, I haven't. Too slow. Excuse my French. I should probably play with increment at the moment, but okay. All right, come on, let's take him down. Now we're going to get more of an aggressive one. I was winning that one, yeah. Well spotted. Well spotted. I was winning, being a piece and a pawn up. It was certainly looking quite nice, but I was a little bit slow. So we're playing this weird wing gambit here, which is a lot of fun to play. It's a lot of fun to play. And this is in my the course which is on sale in the chat, Grandmaster's Gambits. And a lot of people don't really know how to play against the wing gambit, it has to be said. Does white have enough play? I think white gets enough play, but it's one of those gambits which is maybe not immediate. Even though, can I take there and have some rock and roll? It's one of those ones which your pieces have a lot of long-term potential. And I'm going to try and use that. I wanted to actually go there, but I forgot he can take this knight, which is a little bit annoying. So I'm just going to step out of the way of any rook c8 move. And how do we increase the pressure? So this is the kind of move I want to play. I want to release these bishops. These bishops have potential later on, certainly. So I think we get the queen in. Maybe we move the rook, but knight f5. These two knight moves are the ways I release the bishop. Okay, so now he's done that. I can get this knight in. Knight there. If he takes everything, okay, we're gonna get the knights in now. Try to get them aimed at the opponent's king. Okay, so let's keep some pressure on this square for later on, for when maybe everything clears up a little bit, we can get through. Of course, I saw this one. This is a gambit to open up more lines. Yeah, if you believe that, you believe anything, right? I didn't see that one, but it's okay. My pieces are still all right. I'm not worried at the moment. No, I don't really want to lose my bishops though. I like my bishops. But then is he gonna? Okay, come on, we've got to use those knights somehow. How do we use those knights here? I need to play f4, don't I? I need to play f4. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep this one. I need this little move to play, but it's okay. So we need to get this one out of the way, and we're going f4 at the right time. And I've still got my little assassins. So even though I've dropped that second pawn, which I probably didn't really want to drop, because if I had a pawn here now, it'd be looking fantastic with the f pawn going. But even though we've done that, it might be all right. Okay, now I'm gonna have to take that one at some point, yeah. So do we take it now? Let's take it now. And he's playing well. It's always a bit annoying. Okay. Well, if I move that one, let's just move that one. Everything he's defending so far. And I'm very slow today. Really super slow. Okay, I don't know about this one. I want to play f4 still, just relying on f4, but it's quite slow. Okay, and he's finding these little okay, let's get some material back then. get a little bit of material back. And can I take that one as well? Why not? Why not grab them all? I'm actually material up. From being 2 pawns down, I'm material up, which is a bit odd. I don't think he should have gone down that wavelength, really. Where's his knight gonna go? His knight is also very, very bad at the moment. His knight doesn't have many good squares. Is he losing his knight? Knight A2, rook A1. He has to go knight A4 here. Or he could try this one, but okay, he can come back this way. Okay, that's what he's trying to do. So let's come in so my rook doesn't get blocked out by his knight. And we don't have to watch my back rank in some variations. I'm probably going to have to watch my time a lot more as well. Okay, use those pawns to come forwards. H4 and G5. One good way to play against the knight is to try and just squeeze it, right? So you try and squeeze it as much as you can with your pieces. So you try, but it doesn't matter if I'm going to lose on time here, does it? That's the thing. And I'm going to lose on time at this rate. Ah! So slow today, Simon. So slow. So slow, yet so damn good. Yes. What? 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 Yeah! Oh, blimey, governor. Never in doubt. Never in doubt. Just playing with the crowd there. Never in doubt. All right, let's try another one. Okay, well, we got a little bit quicker at the end there where we had to, but I'll tell you what, it's quite hard to explain the ideas and play it at the same time, yeah? Glad you like the Jabava system. Thank you for the cheers there. Very kind of you. You guys are cheering out. It was quite good fun. Back to 2600. Is this guy going to play a game? I'm not waiting around here forever, my friend. Well, you won't be a friend of mine anymore. Oh, he's aborted. Okay, go and cry somewhere else. Go and cry somewhere else. We don't need your crying here. Okay, right. That was quite fun. Let's go for E4 again. So this is the Grandmaster Gambit's course, and you know, you can see you get really fun games. If you want to get fun games, I mean, then this is certainly one of the courses to get that I've done. But it depends on your style. People often ask me, what course should I get? And you've got to work out your style. This kind of crazy way of playing is not going to be for everyone, right? Not everyone's going to want to play like this. But I remember this line. This line I thought was just a little bit better for white, because my pawn is actually quite annoying for my opponent. But maybe with this one coming forwards, it seems quite nice for me. Do we go there straight away? The thing with this, it does allow his knight to that square, but okay, his knight's looking a bit funny there as well. Okay, we're castle. And you're going to put the knight on b4, aren't you? Yes, I expect so. So maybe I'll just keep this as an option. And I like my position. But this one is just knight b4. Okay, I think we can allow that now. I'm not sure. I don't want to allow that somehow. I don't want to go knight d2 because I lose my queen. Let's get this one out first. Let's do this. Maybe I shouldn't have done that because now this is actually a very annoying move still. I just pointed out that move, and now I've allowed him to play it. Okay, he didn't play it, thankfully. But still a little bit annoying, that one. I don't want to lose this bishop, because this bishop is like my main attacker, right? But can we avoid losing it? I don't think we can, unless we sacrifice it somehow. Now, I'm going to hopefully find some counterplay here against this king. Yeah, we're going to have to give that pawn up. So how do we increase the counterplay? Is there any counterplay here? Okay, maybe we have to get that one back to start with. I need to get my queen to one of these two. Okay, well now I have another square, but he has this square, so that's not helping me. Yeah, I'm not sure how much I like this now. Queen comes in. Well, I was hoping I could get this one against that move at least. And what? Can we go rook g5, or is that just completely stupid? Is that just stupid or completely stupid? Actually, maybe the move I should be playing is this one, because that knight is really annoying, and to get my queen to one of these two squares, I have to get rid of that knight. So let's get rid of that knight so we can get our queen into a square which might have some threats. So okie doke, rooks come off, no problem. Now if I take with the queen, he is going to take here and do a lot of damage to my pawns, and his rook comes to c8, so we might not even better do that yet. And now I haven't been able to land any attack in this game, have we? Let's be honest. The attack hasn't come. I've been trying to find different ways of doing it, but it just hasn't arrived. So I'm gonna reroute my pieces somewhere. I'm just thinking this knight, maybe I want it on e3. Maybe I want to try to put it on e3 if we get time. But I don't know if we're going to get time. Could just go into an ending now, where of course you've seen how quickly I can move the mouse. Please sack 7 pieces and mate him with a pawn. I would love to do that. Actually, the thing I'd love to do most is actually checkmate by castling. I don't think I've ever done that. Has anyone done that in a real, I say a real game? I don't think I've done it in a blitz game. Checkmate your opponent by castling. I mean that would be really satisfying, wouldn't it? Okay, is something nasty about to occur? No is the answer, except to my clock. Okay, I've changed the idea of that one. Now still okay. Well, this ending I'm actually not. I'm not so bad. I'm quite happy to get into this ending, because it feels to me that my bishops are actually all right here. So this ending seems okay for me. I get a bishop to c6 as well. I don't think he should have actually. My pawn structure looks horrible, but it's not too bad. He's coming here. Okay, I'll just take that one off. That's not a problem. Let's get that check in. That's a big check, that one. That's a big check. That's this big. That's a really big check. Oof, oof, oof. You didn't enjoy that, did ya? You didn't enjoy that, did ya? Eric checkmated with castling. Okay. But did he do it against someone on similar rating? That's the thing. You know, did he checkmate against someone on similar rating? That's kind of the question. That is kind of the question. Okay. Oh no, this guy's. It's funny how I have this effect. This guy always plays stupid chess against me, so I'm going to play stupid chess against him. Well, this is not stupid. This is just Basman chess. Mike Basman. Well, let's now go Tony Miles as well. Let's go Tony Miles and Basman style. Does this have a name? I don't know if that's his name. Does this have a name? The Grob, kind of. The Creepy Worm, or whatever it is. The Creepy Crawley, is that what it's called? I I don't think it really has a name, this. Crap? Maybe that's its name. But we'll try. We've got a little fortress of pawns. It's not that shabby. I'll be your Raphael, Donatello. And can we do this one? Why not? Got to get the pieces out. He's done a very sensible developing theme here. He's put all his pieces on very sensible squares. So don't want to open up my king side. I've no idea where I'm going to put my king at the moment, but I'm not letting little things like that concern me. I want to break, but how do we break? I don't want to give this square away. If I go here, he will push with e5. That doesn't look user friendly, and I'm not sure, so I'm just going to put my bishop on that square, which is kind of move I don't. Okay, he's castled now. Should he have castled? Probably castling is absolutely fine for him, but I'm gonna now let him take a pawn over there if he wants to, because maybe I can get some. I don't know. I still don't know where I'm going to put my king. Am I going to put my king anywhere? Where am I going to put my king? Where am I going to put my king here? No idea. This way? Let's go this way. Maybe we just leave our king there. Castle queen side. Right, come on, in you go somehow. In you go. Not that way. Here, this pawn's... Okay, you can have all my pawns on my king side if I get some open lines, but I feel like I may be punting a little bit here. But we never know. Okay, yes, you're doing stuff over here, I realise. Yes, I have to come back. I don't necessarily want to. All I need to do is get my queen to h4. That is just like the only thing I need to do. If I get my queen to h4, then it's game on. So let's... Oh, shit. You can just take my knight. Bugger. Oh, well. Yeah, I think that's that. Okay, we're going to resign that one. Alright, guys. I think it was just a short stream today. I'm going to rest up my wrist, actually. I think probably a wise thing to do. We'll give the wrist a little rest. I'm going to try to stream most days, even if it is just a little stream. So we will... I'm sure you'll see me again. But I need to go and grab myself a cider as well. I hope you're all having a good Friday. Are you having a good Friday? I hope so. Let's just see who's online. Who are we going to go for? I do like raiding people who've raided me. Blair, you're not online, are you? You're not streaming, are you, Blair? Otherwise, I'm going to pick... Who are we going to go for? God, there's so many streamers nowadays. And do stay on and say hello to whoever we go to next. It's always a nice thing to do. Give them a hello, give them a thing. Not so many streamers I know, and I don't think Blair's online, is he? No, sir. Okay. So who shall we go for? Let's go Chessweeb. Chessweeb always he often raids us, and he's a very strong grandmaster, this guy. So he plays some great little blitz chess. So you have a lot of fun. You have a lot of fun with him. Okay, guys, we'll have a good Friday. I'm gonna be back again soon, so I'll see you again soon. Take care, everyone, and yeah, enjoy yourselves. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of work actually before I get some cider, probably wise. And thank you for coming along to the stream. And make sure you follow and all that stuff, so you know when I'm going to stream next. And I'm going to try to put a stream schedule out soon, but I'll see you later. Goodbye for now.